I could cry right now. Something resonated inside of me and I started to cry. That's another experience that confirmed to me, hey, maybe teaching, it's not a bad thing. I might enjoy this. That was one of the best decisions of my life so far. Hello, my name is Jeong. I do corporate training and workshop and coaching for overseas companies. I'm also Format Master Trainer and International Director at format.org. Where should I start? University, I majored in graphic design, but then there was a point in my life where I wanted to do something a little more beyond it. I felt this huge urge to teach. And that was a very difficult thing to face because in high school, I never really liked school, so I don't like teachers, and teaching will be the last thing I will ever do. When I got this turning point, I had a series of experiences that confirmed that yes, teaching is the new way forward for me in my life, in my career. At that point, I didn't have any formal teaching. What I could teach right away was English. But with this new mindset, I got into teaching and the experience was completely unexpected. I was teaching little children all the way to high school as well. And one time it was break time and I took these little kindergarten kids outside to the park to play. And I saw them just laughing and just out in the field running, just pure joy. And that made something, I could cry right now, something resonated inside of me and I started to cry. That's another experience that confirmed to me, hey, maybe teaching, it's not a bad thing. I might enjoy this. It's been really, really fun ever since. So the way you teach children would be a little bit different from the way you teach adults. With children, it's called pedagogy. Adults, it's andragogy. And the main difference, I guess, is adults really like to talk. So you want to just let them talk and share their experiences. It's going to be a little more relevant to what the problems that they're having, what they want to solve, what they're dealing with in their lives. With children, definitely, I think you want to reinforce the positive behavior. 80% of the time, you want positive reinforcement. You want to say good things. Of course, the typical praise is good job or oh, you did great, you're awesome. But actually what's more effective is just, it's called narrating positive behavior. If you say, oh, John is sitting nicely. You don't even have to say good job. If you say, oh, John is looking at me, I'm just simply narrating the positive thing that they're doing. And that gets their attention and that gets the attention of all the other children as well. So that's a very common and easy, you could say, technique that works for a lot of children, pretty much all children. I was teaching children, right, in the beginning. But then when the offer came, when they asked me, hey, we want to invite you to our team and we want you to be a teacher trainer, that turning point was very actually intimidating for me because it was just like, me? Train teachers? Teach teachers? And that was a big jump. But when I did make the jump and I got trained and I got familiar with that whole world, I thought, okay, that doesn't hurt. I realized, oh, they're just people like me and they want to learn. It was very enjoyable. The format is about teaching. Change the way I see learning, the way I see work, the way I see my personal life as well. So if you want to be a good teacher, format has essentially laid that out for you. It's the blueprint for how people learn. In other words, it's the blueprint for how we think. There's a way that we learn, and it's divided into 4 different ways. And that's also an order in which we learn. But people do everything, we do everything, but people like to spend more time in different parts of the 4 quadrants. And those are called the learning styles. We found that depending on your learning style, the way you lead and the way you think, the way you speak, the way you interact, the way you work, the way you learn something new, there are 4 distinct ways that we do that. Everyone learns in the same kind of basic manner. Oh, this thing that I've been doing, oh, this is correct. So there's an affirmation. Oh, yeah, I've been doing this well. The other thing is I had this blind spot. I haven't been doing that. I need to start doing this to improve my teaching. So within 2025, if you reply to this video and send me an email with a screenshot of your comment, then we can give you a 25% discount code. I want to be format friends, and I can't wait to see more excited people. Format completely formatted my life. It transformed my life. I think that the scale is how much participation is expected of the students. Say this side, it's mostly the teacher talking, right? And this side is mostly the students taking ownership. Korea is probably more on this side. Much of Asia is on this side too. When you go more to the West, of course the West is very big, then I think they have leaned more to this side where they're trying to get the students to participate more. That's a very big generalization, but I think that's kind of the pattern that I saw as I was looking at education all in different parts of the world. There's this certain thing when international people come together, there's this kind of common feeling, and I feel really comfortable with people like that. I have the tools and content to help them out. Some of the core needs are, well, we have these people and they're very skilled, but we're not performing well enough because we're not aligned. So I work with them to help them with their cultural understanding and alignment, improving their overall awareness of culture, discussing and facilitating not only culture, but their personal leadership style or working styles as well. Open them up, get them aligned through dialogue, and then help them set norms. And then by the end of that process, they're motivated. They're like, yes, I think we can do it. They're happy. So that gives me a lot of satisfaction in the work that I do. Oh yeah, I've heard of workers' high. I think my high comes from fine details. Building something, crafting something, and then the fine details, when I get it right, that really gives me a high. When I prepare for a training, so let's say C-level executives of a big global company, that's a heavy responsibility. But thanks to format, I'm able to now design my teaching, design my lessons, and then using everything else that I've learned, build it, combine it, and craft a lesson that will work for them. When that gets executed and people are happy and they say, thank you, Tim, we hope to see you again. Oh, that is my high. You said curiosity. I think that's a really key word that I never thought about, but I think that's it. I'm curious about people. And when I do coaching, I'm really curious about, okay, what makes you tick? What drives you? And helping people discover that, that's really fun too. And that gives me a big high as well. Breathe. Physiologically, when we tense up, our brains kind of freeze. We can't think clearly. Then that sets off a chain reaction of events where you get less oxygen, you get more tense, and you have bad thoughts. So just breathe. Breathe, and find someone that can encourage you. I think that's really important. Consciously surround yourself with people who support you and who will cheer for you. And you should be a cheerleader yourself as well. Even if you're not better than yesterday, just say it's okay. Be kind to yourself.